Welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show on iHeartRadio. Coming up, we'll have the popular This Week in Auto History segment, and we'll get you updated on the stories making automotive news headlines this week. We've also got some features and an interview. Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, Jeffrey. We need more Jeff Dziekan. I'm Don Armstrong. Conrad's out again today.
Nuts. Come on.
He's still partying in Austin.
Party.
What? I don't know.
Well, last weekend his son got some Hall of Fame
right,
award
for water sports.
polo.
Yep.
And I don't know what he's doing there this
I thought
week.
that was this weekend.
No,
he
that
was
was
working last weekend. One
No, it was
weekend he
this
was
weekend.
working, and one weekend.
This weekend he's working. I think he's got a
what do
program
you
he's doing.
what
Some
do
sort
you
of
what do
conference.
you consider working on his behalf?
Showing up.
I was just going to say showing up.
Showing up. I'm
Hi,
working.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
You bet.
It's kind of like the Pope.
Oh.
It's
No,
kinda
I
like-
wouldn't consider Conrad any Pope material. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, it's kind of like here, though. I keep telling my wife, I'm going to work. I'm going to work. And she just snickers.
Do you
and-
actually say that?
Yes, I do.
You do?
This is my work. Yes.
What would you do without us?
He'd drive in here every day and
Sleep late.
You'd sleep late.
He'd be living at the beach, his beach house.
Yeah.
Would you live at the beach?
No.
Especially with the Jeep weekend coming up.
Ooh.
Bolivar,
Dude, that is an event to run from.
really.
It has
Yeah.
turned into that. Yeah. Used to be a lot of fun.
I have never been there, but I know that you fellas have
They
taken
have
the
people
show there.
die there.
They've taken the show there.
Well, they have
and
things that you see things there that no man should ever see.
Like what?
Conrad and I was there one year, and while before we were doing our show, we were going down the beach, and there were things in the golf cart coming towards us that just
What kind of things?
big naked things.
with
big
mullets.
naked women?
With
Ooh.
mullets.
I guess I couldn't see past what was in front
Oh
of me.
my God! I don't want to see that.
We didn't either. It's burned into my brain.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
I'm
it's
good.
9:31 in the morning. People are having breakfast now, Mike. So come on.
Well, that's why I'm not describing it anymore.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
So Jim's over here. He looks like Jim.
Let's turn our attention to Jim Christian. Jim, hi. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, I'm doing well. And where are we talking to you from?
Texarkana, Texas, or actually Arkansas.
Are you in Texarkana, Arkansas?
I am.
Wow. You know, I have not been through Texarkana in probably 20, 30 years. But now,
Well, it's a great.
but now
to
I've
visit.
got an excuse to go to
There you go.
Texarkana
Absolutely.
because I can go and see Jim Christian
Mhm.
at the Four-State Auto Museum. And
That's correct.
so, Jim, did you start this museum up there?
No, this was started by Texark Antique Auto Club, and it started out as just a meeting place for them. And then eventually it turned into a museum. They started working on this back in 2001, and then it became a museum around 2008.
And you had
So-
hair back in 2000, I'll
hey,
bet.
hey.
Yeah, well, no, not really. It was a little darker maybe back then.
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, well, and you could say a little longer because we didn't know you back then, and I could kind of see you with the fringe around the side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I try to keep what I can.
No.
I'm with you, Jim. Let's move on.
Yeah. Well, okay, we're going to move on. So, Jim, tell me about this this museum. What is inside the museum?
Well, it's a small museum, but it's got a lot of things in it. I would put it that way. It's got a lot of. We've got gas pumps. We've got old kerosene and oil. Hand crank dispensers, and we've got a lot of signs. We've got a lot of memorabilia. We've got all kinds of stuff in here.
Jim, it sounds to me like this is really your man cave. Am I off a little bit on that or no?
Well, it's not my man cave. This is a not-for-profit museum. So it's I'm just on the board of the museum. So
I got you. Okay.
It's all the cars in here that are here are on loan, with the exception of a couple of Model Ts that the museum actually owns.
Interesting. How many cars do you have there?
Right now, I think we've got probably about 14. So it's, like I said, it's not a real big museum, but we've got quite a variety. My video's not working right now on my side. So are you looking at me?
I'm looking at you, buddy.
Okay, let me turn this around then. How about that?
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So let me back up, and I'm going to kind of go back to the entrance here where you can kind of see what's going on here. I don't know. You can see Texarkana Gateway to the southwest there. That's the entry here into the museum.
Yeah.
And then we've got the gas pumps here.
Now,
and then here we've got
Now, Jim, I have to ask you this question. So the actual museum itself is in Texarkana, Arkansas. Explain to people.
We're on the Arkansas side.
Yeah. So explain to people how the city Texarkana is divided up state-wise.
Well, the majority of Texarkana is on the Texas side, but State Line Road goes north and south through Texarkana, and that's the dividing line between the Texas side and the Arkansas side.
Mm-hmm. So why does the museum call itself Four-State Auto Museum when there's only two?
Well, because we are in the corner of Oklahoma and Louisiana also. So we're here in the northeast Texas, south west corner of Arkansas, but Oklahoma is not far from here, and Louisiana is not
That's
far
right.
from here.
It's the four corners.
Yeah. So in other words, for lunch, we could go over to the Oklahoma side and have a buffalo steak sandwich. And,
there you go.
And then in the evening, we could drive over to the Louisiana side and we have some
boudin,
and some crawfish.
Crawfish, exactly.
I actually had an office in Texarkana, Texas, and folks used to go there, and the people that worked on the Texas side actually lived on the Arkansas side. They would commute back and forth across the state.
Yeah.
So Jim,
go ahead.
I guess how did the police handle all of that traffic that you've got there running up and down the state line road?
Well, that's I don't really know that. They've helped us out quite a bit. We're getting ready to have the Bandit Run here, and they give all of our Bandit runners that have TransAms that come to this every 5 years. They come through here and do a Bandit Run. They start out in Texarkana, and then they go to Atlanta, Georgia, kind of on a back roads tour and have stops along the way. So they give us a police escort, and I'm not really sure whether it's the Texas or the Arkansas side, because we're coming down state line from I-30 up there where the hotels are and everything down to the museum. And I'll show you a picture of that here in a few minutes when I get around to the TV screen.
Well, Jim, your reputation, I think, precedes you, because I heard that the police want to escort you right out of town.
Yeah,
so,
I think that's it.
I think that's probably more the case, isn't it?
Getting rid of you.
Well, it's pretty interesting. When we had the Bandit Run last time, they blocked off the road down here leaving out of downtown Texarkana, and they blocked it off so that the TransAms could do their burnouts, and we were handing out Coors beer at the same time. So they're pretty understanding.
The Bandit Run,
of course.
Here.
So,
of course.
Yeah, here's the Bandit Run.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer.
Watch this.
Exactly.
Okay, so
yeah, and they were kind of ragging on some of them that didn't do very good burnouts too.
Need more beer.
Well, that's one of the things that I like about us car guys. We can tease and prod each other into doing some crazy things, and I'm glad that the police are right there with us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're very supportive. The city's very supportive of the museum on both sides. So.
All right. So what are we looking at there? Is that a cab?
This is a cab. This is a 1950 DeSoto Skyview, and my understanding of this taxi is that the largest DeSoto dealership in the United States decided that they wanted to get in on the cab business. So I think they had like 50 of these made. Now, I don't know how many of them survived, but they called it the Skyview. And as you can see, and they have the sky view.
Oh my God! That they actually had a sunroof in these cars in 1950.
Exactly, so that when they're driving around New York City, they could see all the skyscrapers.
It's almost like a limo, you know, the way the seats sit back there.
Well, it's a 1950
it really
DeSoto. For God's sakes, the thing is as big as a house.
It is. It is, and I don't know. It probably weighs about 7,500 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure.
Yeah, probably with a straight six in it.
Yeah, well, I think this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's got the original engine in it or not. They may have put a Chevy in it eventually at some point. But anyway, I thought y'all would like to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Here's one of the things on the Bandit Run that's coming up, just so we can plug it. Will be May 22nd. So.
No, that's when you leave town.
That's a Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I believe. And so they're going to show up on the Saturday before. We're going to actually have the Bandit Run meet on that Sunday, and I'll show you a picture over here. This is what we had 5 years ago. Am I framing that right?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, so you can see the cop car, Bert's car, Jerry Reed's rig there. We had about 100 TransAms show up from all over the country. The guys from Gas Monkey were here. Restore a Muscle Car is the one that sponsors it. They're out of Nebraska. So we had a great time.
Well, it sounds like a great time. So are you inviting people / us to come up
Absolutely.
there and party down in Texarkana?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, what kind of car do you have, Jim?
Well, I've got I'm a Studebaker guy. I've got a 1957 Studebaker Hawk.
Oh, nice.
I've got a 1951 Studebaker truck. And then I've got a couple of El Caminos. I've got a 59 and a 60. I'll show you the 59. It's back here in the back of the museum here.
Oh, so you've donated you haven't donated your car to the museum. You put it on loan to the museum. No, none of those things. You're using the museum for storage, aren't you?
Exactly. There's a few of our board members that have cars in here. So, but at one time or another, half the cars that I've got have been in here. So, but you know, sometimes it's getting a little harder and harder to get people to loan their cars. You know,
sure.
What did this? It works out pretty good.
What did this building What was this building originally?
Well, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if you can tell from this picture, but the floor slopes in here. It slopes, and this building originally, well, I don't know exactly originally what it was. At one time, it was a poultry growers association, and these windows that you see here in the front were actually doors on the front of this thing. And so when they had all the chickens and the little chicks and the feed and everything in here at the end of the week, I guess, when this place got pretty rank, they just open these doors and wash everything out of here down into this pool.
Yeah, I can only imagine what that smelled like.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, that was long enough ago that the smell has left.
That's
So
good. Yeah.
we're in good shape.
Now, how many cars did you say that you've got in there?
I think it's about 14. I could count them real quick.
No, you don't have to count them. It just looks like there's more than 14 in there. That's all.
How many of them are insured with Haggerty?
Yeah, we just had the Haggerty lady on.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably quite a few. Haggerty helps us out. They sent, for our car shows, we do goodie bags and stuff, and so Haggerty always sends us bags to put our goodie bag stuff in, and Haggerty's been real supportive of this. Matter of fact, they came down here for a shoot here a while back and drove their they have a Javelin, I guess, that they drove down here, and so we had a good time with them.
How far away from Eureka Springs, Arkansas, are you?
It's probably about to get to Eureka Springs, Arkansas is kind of a winding deal. So I would imagine it's probably 4 hours.
Oh,
maybe.
Okay. Yeah, because the Arkansas Camaro Fest in May.
Arkansas what?
Camaro Fest is in May.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, we need to send the Camaro Fest down there to visit the museum.
There you go.
Texarkana.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, yes.
Do you want me to kind of do a walkthrough? Or
Yeah,
let's
just do a quick walkthrough here. Let's see what you got.
Okay. There's a 55 Hudson Wasp right there.
Oh boy.
It's original paint and everything. So, but so the question is whether you restore it or do you leave the patina there? We've got a 1956 Ford Thunderbird here, and of course every museum needs a Mustang, so we've got a 68 Mustang Convertible here. We've got a 1969 Dodge pickup. Am I close enough? Too far away? Do I need to back up?
You're doing good.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Okay. Right here, we've got a 1933 Chevrolet Master Eagle town sedan. So,
do all these cars run?
Yeah, they all run.
Wow.
Every one of them. Here's something you don't see too often: a 1953 Henry J.
No, you certainly do not.
And we've got our car hop over there. With liver and some a burger or something over there. We've got a 67 Cobra. This is a replica actually, but it's still pretty nice.
Yeah.
And then this carriage right here was donated to the museum. Supposedly it's Cyrus Dupont's carriage, and the story behind this is he had this carriage made and used to run around and see the ladies at night in this thing. So I don't know. That's the story. It's a good story. I don't know.
Well, we like the story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we like
that carriage could talk. That's right.
This is a 1928 Hupmobile.
Oh, Hupmobile. I remember those.
Yeah.
Well, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of them and seen them before. I just like the name of it, Hupmobile.
If
Yeah,
that
it's kind of got
Hupmobile
that
could talk.
good gangster look to it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Little, or Munsters or something. I don't know.
What's that red car?
1930 Ford Model A.
Model A, yeah.
Rod. And then here's one of the two cars that the museum owns. This is a 1926 Ford Model T, and it's a Speedster.
And it's painted the
I like
wrong
that
color.
Yeah.
How do you like that windscreen on that thing?
It's like a Stutz Bearcat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evidently, this was a hot rod kit that you could put on a Model T.
That's
wow.
That's pretty weird because I don't think I've ever seen a Model T painted yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's actually eggshell looking. I don't know how the color's coming through.
Well, whatever. It's not black.
Yeah. It wasn't one of the original multiple options there.
That's
anyway,
right.
yeah. It's an aftermarket, fenders and everything and all that for the well, I don't know. The whole
I don't know.
setup.
I didn't know that they even made any aftermarket parts of the hot rod category.
AutoZone
for
carries
Model
them.
Ts. For Model Ts.
Yeah, it was called a Speedster. And here's a 1921 Model T
J.C. Whitney.
touring car. Got a little oil leak there, but we use this in parades and stuff, and so it's a lot of fun.
Do you host
And,
do you host any parties there?
Oh yeah,
I was going to say, because you know
Yeah.
Ken Lingenfelter, who's not only in charge of the hot rod company Lingenfelter, but he also has a collection of cars there in the back, and a lot of General Motors folks have parties out there amongst the cars, and it's pretty popular actually. And he told me that they're always booked up at least a year in advance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great
There's
place to
a,
have a wedding or something, or
Yeah.
celebrate
Well, we've
Jeff's
had
hair
weddings.
growth.
Yeah.
We've had actually had weddings here. We've had memorial services here. We've had
There you
we've
go.
had we've had a lot of photo shoots for graduation and stuff down here. Prom night. We've had kids come by here and take pictures.
Rap videos.
Yeah.
Rap videos.
So here's
Is
You
that
should,
the
you should have
59?
told your daughter about this place instead of, the wedding last weekend. You could have went there.
I think we're good. I mean, that's not.
They
a
want
put
the
down.
marriage to last.
Yeah, I like the convenience of driving 25 minutes and I'm there. That was good.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
okay.
it would
There
be a
is that.
drive to go to Texarkana. Well, Jim, it's great to talk to you. Love the museum, and
Thank you.
I appreciate your thick skin and taking some good teasing from us this morning.
Oh, hey, if you can't have fun,
Yeah, that's right. Well, we appreciate it.
So-
Four State Auto Museum website there. We can book our next wedding.
Yep, Four States Auto Museum.org.
Okay.
Perfect. Jim Christian, thank
Yep.
you again. We appreciate you. Take care and tell everybody in Texarkana we said hello.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for This Week in Auto History. Do you
Yep.
have that?
I do have that.
Well, you have to do some maneuvering.
Just
over
a little
there.
bit of maneuvering. I'm going to hand this over to Mr. Mars,
Okay.
and that kind of drop through. Take that. And there you
We're
go.
going to go to that.
And then you ready?
Apparently, there's a lot more involved in this than meets the eye. But I just thought that on my sheet it says with This Week in Auto History. So
Well, I've got to change clothes and everything, so hold on.
Yeah,
All
he's got a different outfit for. You go ahead.
You got to put his dress on.
There you go. Okay, so thank you for sending this, Conrad. And Conrad, by the way, is in Austin this weekend.
We've heard
He
that several
corrected that,
times. Yes.
Well, we were confused on where he's at. So
I wasn't.
I was. 1905, the first aerial car ferry was put in operation over the ship channel.
Did you read this before
I
you?
did, but I was reading something else. Ship channel from Lake Avenue, Duluth, Minnesota, to Minnesota Point, Minnesota. So there's just two different points.
1905. I'm glad I
1905.
didn't fly in whatever that is.
The car was suspended in the air from a superstructure that loomed 135 feet clear of Lake Superior. The truss in the center of the structure was 51 feet high, placing the highest point of the superstructure at 186 feet off the surface of the lake.
Not just no, but oh hell no.
No, I can't even get on the roof. The aerial ferry spanned 393 feet in length, while its car platform measured 34 feet by 50 feet. Those aerial ferries, they'll get you. The ferry could accommodate 6 cars, two glassed and passenger cabins, so there's encased in glass. Open near the rear of Playa del Rey, California.
That's Playa del Rey.
Yeah, but I just mixed up my lines
Playa
here.
del.
Playa.
You did not read that, did you?
I know. Well, I just mixed up a line.
You want me to read that?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, and moving on to 1910, the Los Angeles Motordome, the first speedway with a board track, opened near, here we go, Playa del Rey.
Playa del Rey.
That's just down the street, California, under the direction of Fred Moskowitz and Jack Prince. Check that out.
Please.
I'll spell that. Okay.
Please.
All right. The track is made of wood, ran a circumference of 5,281 feet. Board tracks use the same engineering technology as the smaller wood velodrome used in France for bicycle racing. The tracks were paved with 2x4s that were steeply banked, angles of as high as 45 degrees. That's pretty steep. On such a track, the car racing daredevil could reach speeds of up to 100 miles an hour, Mike. Hands-off steering wheel. So
It's kind of like the globe of death that you used to see.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in 1922, racer Sig, he's doing this to me on purpose, Sig Haugalag, drove the Wisconsin Special over 180 miles an hour, one-way run the Daytona Beach Oval Racing. This person's name, speed was remarkable 24 mile an hour faster than the previous world land speed record. He's shaking his head. We're going to move on. The 1940, the Buick Y-Job, largely considered the first industry concept car, made its press debut. In 1959, the Mini is a two-door compact car that was produced by the British Motor Company, BMC. In 1968, Jim Clark, one of the greatest Grand Prix racers of all time, died in a tragic accident during a Formula 2 race in Hockenheim, Germany. Clark was widely widely regarded as the most natural gifted F1 racer of all time. And lastly, in 2009, on this day, the Honda Fcx Clarity, a four-door sedan billed as the planet's first hydrogen-powered fuel cell vehicle intended for mass production, wins the World Green Award in the New York Auto Show. The first Fcx Clarity cars came off the assembly line in Honda in Japan of 2008.
So somebody asked me one time, well, how do you get to read things so smoothly and make it all just kind of flow together? And I said, well, you sit down and you read it out loud to yourself. And if you stumble through some sections, look that section over and then go back from the top and read it all through again and again and again. And once you do that, you probably have it down.
You're
but
good.
Clearly, you did not read any of these things. So here's the script. Would you like to read it here? You'd probably. Well, I'm just teasing.
I know. Okay. All right.
Well,
this gets better.
Oh, I can only imagine that it would. So, unfortunately, we did not have the time because we fooled around too much in this segment that I'm not able to do the automotive news. But I promise that we will get to that coming up here in just a few minutes. So we encourage you to stay tuned, and I don't know why. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show returns after this.
Father's Day weekend, Saturday, June 18th, 2022. It's the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In, and you're invited. Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition will be at the same Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 18th. It's the only place cruisers compete for trophies and other prizes. Enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, and get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Kick off summer with Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition, Saturday, June 18th. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate Father's Day, the start of summer, and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, June 18th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting.
Tony Stewart Racing joins the NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series, and his drivers, Leah Pruitt and Matt Hagan, will face off against NHRA stars including the legendary John Force Racing Team. Don't miss this battle of horsepower and performance. It's the final NHRA Spring Nationals event at Houston Raceway Park. Don't miss it, April 22nd through 24th. This is your last chance for nitro action in Baytown. Tickets at HoustonRaceway.com.
And by the way, the In-Wheel Time Car Show will be broadcasting live on Saturday the 23rd from Houston Raceway Park. Lots of drivers, lots of interviews. You're going to love the show. Be sure and tune in.
The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In-Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeartRadio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeartRadio app, search for In Real Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Real Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/InRealTimeCarTalk.